Hey, look, I jab back with another banger, bro. I'm finna speak my mind. You can watch the video. You ain't gotta watch it, but before I start this video and do my reaction to it, I'm finna speak my mind to this. You heard me, my boy? Jamal White, bro. You should turn your motherfucking badge in as a fucking father. Like, you shouldn't even be called a father, my boy. How you gonna leave a little man on stuck like that, bro? You literally left your little man and shut the door on him, fam. Like, what type of father is you, bro? Like, you get black man a bad name, fam. Like, I'm still like trying to wrap my head around how you left your son for some people to kidnap him, bro. Yeah, it probably been a play or whatever. It was a play or whatever. But still, bro, how you leave your lit man like that, bro? And what fucked me up in that video, bro, is that boy calling for his daddy. And you probably sitting there looking out the blinds, the peephole. Bro, I can understand if you ran in and got that thing, you know, and trying to delete something. But you stayed in there and watched them take your little man, bro. And come on, hitting your hands on the back of the trunk, bro. Like I said, it might be a play, but still, bro. That was after you did some shit in the streets that, you know, you ain't had no business doing. No boys had to come back and get you. But as a father, bro, I got 2 kids, bro. As a father, bro, I wouldn't have hopped in the car, went trying to go hunt some shit down, bro. When I had that thing on me, I'm deleting something, bro. Nah, bro, we ain't playing like that, fam. This is a father, bro, as a black man, bro. We all got a bad stigma around already saying we don't take care of our kids and we ain't there for our families, bro. I take care of both my kids like every day, bro. Go to work 10 hours plus and come back home to my kids, bro. And I'm still trying to wrap my head. How can you leave your son on stuck with that? Little man was fast. He wouldn't got away if he wouldn't got blocked. Little man wouldn't got away for real. On some little man, yeah, put that little boy on track or something. He'll a little athlete, you heard me? But you, hey, bro, you a whole hoe out here, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, you a whole hoe out here, bro. You should just delete your father past, bro. Like, the sister making excuses for you online, bro. I don't respect it, bro. You a whole hoe out here, boy. Like, man, let's get into this, bro. Man, let's get to this video, bro. Get to man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, bro. Look like a whole hoe out here, bro. Whole hoe.
A new video tonight showing the moment someone kidnapped a Milwaukee boy at gunpoint, sparking a statewide Amber Alert over the weekend. He is safe tonight, but friends and family and police spent nearly 24 hours Friday into Saturday searching for 7-year-old Jamal White.
Jamal White's father has spoken out to defend his action in this new footage that has been released in the kidnapping of his 7-year-old son. Now, yesterday, there was a new angle that was released in the kidnapping of.
Like, do you think about when your son, he gonna get older, he gonna see this, bro? He gonna say, my dad left me on stuck. He ain't gonna want to fool with you when he get older, you hear me? Like, he gonna get older and understand, like, what you did. You left your son on stuck. What if there was some people that was really like that and didn't care about he was a child or nothing? I know you remember Ice off of Paid in Full. He did his little nephew bad. What's somebody wanna did your son like that, bro? Just cause you wanna, oh yeah, I ran. I didn't think nobody was gonna get me, but get my son. There's no rules in these streets. Man,
7-year-old Jamal White, who was taken in broad daylight in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, there are still a lot of unanswered questions, like how a young boy could be kidnapped while his father was right there. Some people online are speculating that this new footage might show Jamal's uncle, who is his father's twin brother, being involved, but police haven't confirmed that. Now, listen closely to this news clip because you'll hear where Jamal's aunt speaks about what the family currently knows, and you'll also hear where Jamal White is currently at.
Right, Blake, a 25-year-old man is right now in custody here in connection to this abduction, but police tell me he did not act alone. A terrifying abduction caught on camera. Someone sprinting with 7-year-old Jamal White in their arms, putting him into a white Jeep.
I'm glad he's okay, but it's kind of like, I still can't rest because who would do something like this to a 7-year-old?
This new video 12 News obtained Monday shows the Jeep parked on the side of the street Friday night. It starts to move as Jamal is spotted riding his bike on the sidewalk, returning from a nearby park. The boy's aunt says her brother was driving the sedan, following alongside his young son. The camera catching the white Jeep turning around, then later blocking the end of their driveway. Two people got out of the Jeep simultaneously. One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man into the house. The other chased the little boy down the driveway. Seconds later, the suspect comes back into frame with Jamal in his arms, putting him into the Jeep. Do you have answers as to why in the world this happened yet?
We don't have any answers, and I feel like that is what is bothering the family a lot. I feel like a lot of us are unsettled.
Unsettled as family is seen running out of the home. The boy's father spotted slamming his arms on the trunk of his car. That was about 7 p.m. Friday night. The state not issuing an Amber Alert until 5 hours later, around midnight. A boy in a home near 39th and Lloyd around 6 p.m. Saturday, 7 miles away from home.
We literally cannot thank the community enough, because I genuinely feel like if it wasn't for everybody just caring about this 7-year-old boy, we probably would not have found him.
Just a terrifying 24 hours. Hannah, police have yet to reveal a motive.
Right, Blake, and same goes for the relationship, if any, between these suspects and Jamal's family. That family does tell me that Jamal is right now with Child Protective Services as this investigation continues for police. They're hoping to reunite with him
So
soon.
you just heard in that news clip that police do have a 25-year-old suspect in custody for the kidnapping of 7-year-old Jamal White. However, they believe there are more people involved. You also heard that Jamal is currently in the care of Child Protective Services. He's not with his mother or father right now because of the circumstances surrounding this kidnapping, which are still under investigation. Now, once this news clip started circulating online, Jamal's father immediately faced backlash, and he has since responded. But before we get into that, if you haven't seen my video from yesterday, be sure to check it out. In that video, I covered that 3 men were arrested. Okay, now the news article reported that 3 men were arrested at the address connected to Jamal's kidnapping. Naturally, people assumed all 3 men were arrested as part of the kidnapping of 7-year-old Jamal White. But if you read the article closely, it actually says that one of the men arrested at the home is being held on tentative charges of resisting and obstructing, and another is being held on a tentative charge of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. Both of these men are 27 years old. Now, people quickly jump to the conclusion that
Put them damn goals out your mouth. You ain't cut like that. You ain't worried to be hearing cuts in your mouth like that, my boy.
These two were involved in the kidnapping. But here's where it gets interesting. One of the 3 men who were arrested turns out to be Jamal White's uncle, who is his father's twin brother. Now, exactly where Jamal's uncle was arrested is still unclear. Some people say he was inside the home. Others say he arrived.
The reason why he's arrested, he shot at a car that was creeping up the block, and he missed a car, hit a tree, and hit another random car that was parked. So that's why he's in jail. It's not for the case. Like, I don't know if this is updated or not, but it's more things that came out on the case. But yeah, bro, it's too late to be a gangster, my boy. You should have did that while y'all was in the house the other day when he suddenly man gets picked up like that.
Arrived at the scene when the family showed up. If you haven't checked out the video from yesterday, you can watch it, because there's footage of the community activists going to the home, and it shows the scene. Now, I uploaded that video yesterday. Now, police have still not cleared any of this up, but Jamal's White father did speak out. Okay, so this is taken directly from Jamal's White father, his social media account. Okay, so what he did first was he shared the mugshot of his twin brother. Now, keep in mind, this is public information, so I'm not showing anything that should not be shown on YouTube. He shared his twin brother's mugshot, and he said, "Free top." So this was his post that he shared. Now, next, He made a status, and what he stated was, y'all foul, painting them crazy narratives, even the police treating me like I'm the bad guy. As long as my baby's straight, all that ever mattered. I still ain't seen my baby face to face. The police locked me up all day Saturday, questioning me, even when I told them everything I knew, all while my baby was still missing. Free talk. I don't owe nobody nothing but baby J. So he's referring to his son. He made this status immediately after he made the status saying free his brother. Now he followed that up, and now this was due to the scrutiny that he was getting. He was getting a lot of backlash after that new angle was released, because the angle is showing that he took off running. So what he said was, yeah, I did. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my baby. Y'all slow. We both alive. And my baby tried to get away like I taught him. God had us the whole time. Obviously, I did right by my baby.
No, sir.
I did right. My baby's safe. Now, after this,
Two thumbs down for
he
your
followed
father's
up
reactions.
with another status,
down.
and what he said was, first, I set it up. Then my brother kidnapped my son. Now I'm wrong for
down.
leaving my son. I know, messed up. Y'all ain't got to tell me. My son good, though. Y'all wanted to paint every picture of me to be the bad guy. I can't win with y'all, but
You left your son on stuck. What if them boys would have started up in that house and start busting? You ain't even gonna try to protect them? So you just run in the house and ain't gonna try to cover your little man. I would never did none of my kids like that, bro. Never. Yeah, you telling me now you trying to play the victim. Nah, bro. You a whole out to you heard me?
one with my kid. Remember this, the internet. Now, after this, there were a lot of comments, and he started responding to some of the comments that people were leaving. So let's get into that. He stated, he replied to a comment about his brother, and he said, my brother locked up on a shooting, MF spinning the block multiple times with tents, and my baby just got kidnapped, and my granny stay there. You ain't see, I ain't have a weapon to protect my baby or myself, and we both survived. God planned, y'all all evil. Okay, so this was in regards to someone wanting to know why his brother was locked up. And according to him, this is the reason that he said, my brother's locked up on a shooting, people spinning the block multiple times with tent, and my baby just got kidnapped. So this is why he is saying that his brother is locked up. So then someone leaves a comment, and they just tell him, you were never in danger. If someone really wanted to harm you, they would have did it while he was running in the door. And they said, why would they want to babysit your kid for when they have you right there? Then he replies, and he says, how would I know who is really seeking to harm him? He said, the internet is mad because his son is here. And then he goes on, someone leaves a comment.
About mad that your son here. We're mad because you left your son on stuck. You let your son get kidnapped. You didn't go run and pick your son up. You ran past your son. You talking about, I taught him this. No, you go get that little man, bro. You ran past your son to lock the door. He was running behind you, so you had to split to the fence, and you got caught right there because you couldn't run no more. Little man should have. If you was going to do that, little man should have ran out of silo. They weren't gonna catch him. Little man was fast. But no, you left your son on stuck and shut the door. You didn't go get a gun. You didn't go get a blicky. You left your son on stuck, fam. Like that shit.
And he replies to them, and he says, my baby is straight. You worried about me, worry about the baby. All y'all foul. He said, forget all y'all. Then he goes on, and he leaves some other comment, and he says, forget y'all on bro. Free my brother, y'all wrong. And then he says, us surviving not enough, huh? Y'all wanted the dad to be unalived. Huh? Hell no. The daddy still get to see his baby. So this is how he responded to the backlash that he was receiving. Someone stated, it's the fact that even after they grabbed him, you ain't go after them. The car was right there for you to hop in. I'm not waiting on no police, and I just witnessed my son being kidnapped. And then from there, someone also left a comment and shared their perspective. They said, I'm glad you got your son back. But from one father to the next time this happens,
Don't let it be a next
you know,
time.
you have to do anything that you need to do to protect your son. He said, we as men are these little ones protectors in the best cases and the worst cases. I ain't bashing your decision, but this is an eye opener in all forms. Now, keep in mind, his family was also seeing these comments that were being left in the backlash, and they defended him. So, this person here, you'll see, they stated that before, when Jamal White was reported to be kidnapped, they made a status and they said, if anyone see my nephew, please contact myself, his mama or daddy. Please, God, I am crying out to you. Then they made a status and they tagged Jamal's White, his dad, and what they stated was, we gonna ride this stuff out, baby brother. So this is his sister. Now, what his sister, she made a status and she said, you know, everyone is talking about what they would have done if they were in that situation. And she said it's crazy for her looking at all of the assumptions that is being made about her brother. And she wants everyone to refocus their time and effort on their situation and not her brother's. So his father also made a status. Now, the status that the father made, and you'll see here, here's a picture of him and his father. Well, him and his father with his brother when they were younger. Because again, he's a twin. Now, his father makes a status, and he made this post 2 days ago. But what his father said was, Milwaukee has a bad reputation, but get rid of it. Because today I watched a whole city and beyond pray my grandson back into our family on both sides. Each person was a lit match. Combined, God saw all that light along with prayers all over the world because of tragedy. That light made God move, and I have my grandson to wrestle with again. People prevent pain when they are united. Then he goes on and he follows this post up and he says, I see my son asleep at 5 a.m. Thank God he got some rest. I go downstairs and I come back up, and the police got him that fast for questioning. My son comes home about an hour ago, rushing and packing. We hug and we have a short talk, and he says, Dad, they didn't feed me all day. Anyway, this man starts getting clothes and rushes to pick up the mother of his second child from her job. He says, I never had extra money to give my kids, so I gave them how to love your children and to handle your responsibilities as a man. He says he tells his son, he says, you got this and everything else. Peace, bro. So this was his father that was just trying to uplift him in light of everything else that was going on. Now, remember, there was the aunt who was on the news and she makes a post. Now, someone shares a status and what they said, someone makes a post and she reshares it. And what they say is unpopular opinion. You can say all day and night what you would have done in any situation you've never been in, but that's all irrelevant. That's only speculation after the fact. That stuff went down in a few seconds. Besides that, most of you men talking like superheroes probably never been on the opposite end. The video wasn't a good look, and I do feel for the child, but let's be honest. If two men blocked you in your driveway and hopped on you, you're not going to think about them coming to.
And me as a father, I can speak for any other father. We're not gonna leave. We love our children like that. We're not gonna leave our children on stuck and not protect them, because we're on this earth to protect our children and our women and our daughters, bro. That's what God put us on the earth for, protect and provide, bro. Not run and hide, my boy.
Kidnap your child. You're probably going to think that they're trying to rob you and gonna let your kid, run. You also could be running in the house to grab a weapon to protect yourself and your child. Now, his sister reshares this and she says, like, you couldn't have worded it any better. To do that in broad daylight, they didn't care. I pray none of y'all ever really know the feeling.
Jasmine Gurney said I live